Hi everyone, welcome to Northern Zen Yoga. My name is Sandra, and today we're going to do a very short video on improving our muscles and our flexibility in the arms. And one of the ways we can improve our muscle strength is by using very, very light weights. So you don't need to go out to buy some, fancy weights at a sporting goods store. Instead, just get yourself a couple of small cans of soup. These are beans I'm using. Beans are nice and heavy. You can start with something a little lighter if you find that the cans that you had used are a bit too heavy, like something like a vegetables, like peas or something like that in cans. And what you can do is you can use these as hand weights. Now, the important thing is that you can make a grip on the can. Now, if the can's too big, like a great big fat can of pasta sauce or canned tomatoes, you may not be able to hang on to them. And we don't want to actually worry about dropping them on our head when we move our hands up. So once you've got yourself set up with your cans, just take a few moments. We're just going to sit for a couple of breaths and begin every yoga practice with the breath. Now, this class can be done either sitting on the floor on your yoga mat with a small cushion underneath you, or you can sit in a chair. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. We're just going to be working this part of our body. So make sure whatever you're doing, you're in a very comfortable position. I'm sitting in easy pose. For you, easy pose may look like this. If you're finding that this is too much for you, you can shift your legs around. You can add some extra pillows or blocks underneath your thigh area to help support your legs if you need to. Make sure that you are feeling very comfortable. If you're in a chair, don't be leaning back into the chair. Make sure you're sitting upright and straight. We want to make sure our muscles are free to work and they're not leaning against a chair so that they're rubbing and your back is in a curved position. So let's just sit and breathe. Take a few breaths, breathing into the belly. And as you exhale through the nose, push the belly in and up. Inhale and exhale. Let your shoulders relax. Try to keep a nice straight back here for a few moments. And let all of the worries and concerns of your day just float away. Let your eyes float open, and we're going to grab our cans, and we're going to begin to move our arms with our breath now. So let's inhale the arms up. Now for you, you may not be able to come up this high. You might only be up to here, and you're starting to feel your shoulders talking to you a little bit too strongly. That's okay. Just come up to here if that's where you're at, and then you can bring your arms down on your exhale. If you are having difficulty lifting, make sure you have a slight bend in your elbows so that you're using the muscles and not abusing your joints. This is very important. Let's inhale the arms up again and exhale them down. Inhale them up and exhale them down. If you're finding that even reaching up to about here is being difficult, you can always just place the can against your shoulder and just try to lift your elbow up the rest of the distance that you can go. It's important, though, that we're not lifting our shoulders up to our ears when we're going up, so I don't want you to be doing this. I want you to try to keep your shoulders down, bend at the elbows slightly, and then we'll reach up. And if you can touch those cans together, fantastic. If not, don't worry about it. Just bring them back down again. This time we're going to inhale one arm up, and we're going to take a slight bend over to the side. Just a little one. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. Inhale again. And exhale that arm down. Inhale the opposite arm up. And we'll take a little side bend. bending at the hip. Inhale, exhale, inhale up, and exhale all the way down. Let's try that one more time on each side. Inhaling up, and exhale, take a side bend. Hold it for one breath. So you're inhaling, exhaling, then the next inhale, come up and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale, side bend. Inhale, exhale, inhale up, and exhale down. This time we're going to bring our arms in front of us in prayer position. So our cans are touching each other. And we're going to inhale up, pushing up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale up. And exhale down. And you'll notice whenever I'm lifting up the cans, the weight, I've got a slight bend in my elbow. I'm not at this point having a straight arm at any point. So always keeping that little bit of a bend in the elbow, even as you stretch yourself up. Inhale up and exhale down. Keeping it in the same position, we're going to inhale out and exhale in. Spreading our elbows out to the side as we come in, pushing out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale as we come in. And right now you can just drop your cans over to the side for a second, take a little break, shake your arms out. And some of you may even be feeling that you're getting a little bit of a workout in your fingers. So just shake those out too. This time we're going to inhale up. And on the exhale, we're going to do a twist. So we're going to twist to one side, bringing one of the cans behind us, and the other can, we're going to drop it just over our lap. It doesn't matter which side you start this on, if you start to the right or to the left. If you're watching me, it might be in reverse. So I don't want to confuse anybody by saying which side. So just go to the side you naturally would incline to go to first. And we're breathing here, taking a few breaths, and we're going to inhale, lifting up the arms, keeping that little bit of a bend in the elbow. Exhale, let's twist to the other side. One can goes behind us, and the other one just, we're either resting on our thigh or just over our leg. Take a few more breaths here. And we're coming back up, inhaling up, exhale down. Now we're going to exhale down and we're not going to hit the floor. We're going to keep our arms off, our hands off the floor, keep the tins and cans up in the air, and we're going to stretch from the shoulders. This time we are getting a little straighter in the arms, but as we straighten out, we're tightening up the muscles. So think I'm contracting the muscles in my arms, my forearms, tightening them up in my hands, tightening up my bicep muscles, relaxing my shoulders. And then we're going to pull the shoulder blades toward each other and rotate the cans so that your palms would be facing forward. And we're going to start to pull the shoulder blades toward each other. Just go as far as you can. For some of you, it may not be very far before you start to feel a little bit too much. But if you can, keep pulling those shoulder blades together and pulling the arms behind you. Take a few more breaths. Inhale, exhale. Then we're going to rotate the cans back toward the floor and drop down. Release, shake out your joints, shake out your arms. You feel it probably here, this particular stretch, and a little bit in your back. That's good. So one more. Inhale all the way up. Bend the elbows as you come up slightly. Exhale. We're going to forward fold. Now, right about here, most of you are probably going to have to stop. It's very important that we're not curling our back to come to the floor, but we're keeping our back nice and straight. And if you can, start to push your belly down, push your belly down, push your belly down as far as you can. Hold wherever you're at, whether you're up here or whether you're down here. Hold here. Inhale, bend a little bit at the elbows, start to pull up. Exhale the arms down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale. Start to bring your belly toward your lap, keeping your back straight. Come as far as you can. Don't worry if you don't get too far before you feel you have to stop. Hold. Take a couple of breaths here. And then bend your elbows and come back up. Exhale down. So probably if you're doing these and you've got something that's weighing close to a pound in your hand, you can feel it. You can feel your muscles working. So we're just going to do a couple of your basic bicep curls. And we're going to do it by alternating. So we're going to hold our elbows close to our body. We're going to have our elbows bent. We've got the cans facing upright. And we're just going to inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. So opposites. Can't think of the right word. Alternating. That's what I'm going for. Alternating one side and then the other side. And if this feels too easy for you, this exercise should be slowed down so that you have some resistance happening. Don't be going very quickly. Quickly is not as hard to do as going very slow. So we'll just do a few more. And one more on this side. And that's finished. So now we're going to do triceps. So the triceps are the muscles that are back here, in the back of your arms. We get a bit flabby back here as we age. So it's good to work those triceps. So in this particular case, we can get onto our knees if you like, or if you're sitting in a chair, you can still do this if you sit and you consider sitting sideways on the chair. And again, we've got our elbow bent, palm up, and we're just going to push the can back behind us. And this can be done nice and slow as well. So we're going to do this a couple of times on this side, and then we're going to switch to the other side. And like any exercise, you'll probably discover that one side of you is much stronger than the other side. And then take a break, come back, sit down. So one more thing to do with the cans while you have them in your hands is you can start to work your wrists, strengthening the wrists by just rotating up and down. Now, if you do have little hand weights and you've got 1 pound weights or 2 pound weights, of course you could use those. But I'm using cans just because I don't have any. And right now, I don't think it's really that important at this amount of weight to have a proper hand weight. If we were looking at 5 and 10 pound weights, certainly that's when you start to go to the proper hand weight so that you can have a good grip on it properly and be able to work with the weight and hold it securely in your hands without worrying about it. So that's just a couple of things you can do to help build up the strength in your shoulders and in your arms. As we age, and especially once we hit menopausal age, one of the other things that happens to our body is that we start to lose bone mass. And doing weight-bearing exercises helps to keep our bone mass density higher. You may be the kind of person who has been very active all your life and has done a lot of exercise, and you may not be in the same position as somebody who has been sitting in a chair most of their career and hasn't lifted anything heavier than their pencil. So doing weight-bearing exercises is very important, not only to keep your muscles strong so you don't lose your muscle mass, but also to keep your bones strong. So have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me in this one. Practice this a couple of times a week will help, and see if you can start to pop up those muscles a little bit. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye for now.